Hi everyone, welcome back to Small Town Wonders. Back in July, we took a trip to South Dakota and had the best time. It was absolutely beautiful, and we already know we'll be going back one day. Of course, we did all of the big well-known stops: Mount Rushmore, Badlands National Park, Wind Cave National Park, and Custer State Park. Be sure to check out our videos from each of those adventures. We also made time for some other classics like Wall Drug, Deadwood, and the Minuteman missile site. Plus, we discovered a few hidden gems along the way and enjoyed plenty of good food. So come along with us as we share some of our favorite stops from our South Dakota vacation. Our first stop was the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. Everyone told us this was a must-see spot, and they were right. The Corn Palace is a really unique building that's decorated every year with giant murals made entirely out of corn and other grains. Farmers donate the corn, and artists design huge themed displays that cover the outside of the building. It's basically a living piece of folk art. Inside, the Corn Palace doubles as a community center and arena, hosting concerts, basketball games, and all kinds of events. It's free to visit, and it's such a fun and quirky stop that really shows off South Dakota's agricultural roots. Mitchell is about an hour west of Sioux Falls and about 3 hours east of Badlands National Park. We stopped here on our drive from Sioux Falls to Rapid City, and it was the perfect place to stretch our legs and see something unique before continuing our road trip west.
I told you I would. Okay.
When we entered the Corn Palace, we were greeted by a friendly worker who invited us to sign their guest book with our names and where we were from. It was fun to see all of the different places people had traveled from just to visit. After that, we wandered through the snack section, rows of popcorn, treats, and goodies, before making a quick bathroom break. Then we continued down the main hallway where the walls were lined with displays telling the history of the Corn Palace and how it's become such a South Dakota icon. That hallway eventually opened up into the main arena space. Inside, we found the Corn Palace gift shop, filled with souvenirs, corn-themed items, and plenty of local charm. We picked out some fun souvenirs in the gift shop before making our way up the stairs to the second floor. Upstairs, there were even more displays and views of the arena, giving us a different perspective on just how big and unique the Corn Palace really is. We made our way down another hallway filled with photos of past Corn Palace designs. It was so neat to see how the murals have changed year after year, each one with its own unique theme. At the end of the hallway, we stepped out onto the front balcony of the building. This is where we could actually be spotted on the famous corn cam. Both of our dads were watching from home and were able to see us live, and even snapped some pictures for us while we waved from the balcony. Hey, can you see us? After spending some time on the balcony, we made our way back downstairs and headed down the opposite hallway. This one was lined with even more history about the Corn Palace, including stories and photos that gave us a deeper look into its past. Before leaving, we found ourselves back in the main lobby where we stopped to take a few pictures to remember our visit. Then we stepped outside to admire more of the incredible murals and the corn landscaping that decorated the building's exterior. We said goodbye to Mitchell, South Dakota and the Corn Palace and got back on the road. Have you ever visited the Corn Palace? Comment below and let us know what your favorite part was. As we drove west, we passed countless windmills scattered across the rolling plains. It was such a classic South Dakota sight. Our next stop was the Minuteman Missile National Historic Site Visitor Center and Museum. It's about 230 miles west of the Corn Palace, roughly a 3.5-hour drive, right off I-90 near the eastern entrance of Badlands National Park. This museum tells the story of the Cold War, nuclear deterrence, and the role South Dakota played in housing the Minuteman missiles. The museum tells the story of the Cold War and America's nuclear defense system. During the 1960s, South Dakota was home to hundreds of Minuteman missiles hidden in silos across the prairie as part of the U.S. strategy of deterrence. Inside the museum, you'll find exhibits that explain the history of the nuclear arms race, the daily life of the Air Force crews who worked in the missile silos, and the incredible technology behind the Minuteman program. There are also artifacts, models, and interactive displays that really help bring this era of history to life. The Visitor Center is free to enter, and it's located right off I-90 near the eastern entrance of Badlands National Park, making it a perfect stop as you travel west through South Dakota. Yeah, jump live first. We spent some time exploring the museum and the gift shop before heading back out on the road. With history fresh in our minds, we were ready to continue our journey to our next South Dakota stop. So we just did the visitor center and we didn't realize that the missile is not there. So it's about 14 miles west. So we're gonna head that way and check that out. So we'll see you there. So we got our first stamp in South Dakota. This is our first time, both of our first times being in South Dakota. So we got our first stamp at the Minuteman missile. So we did that at the visitor center, and then we will go to the actual missile site. So we also got one of like the regional stamp. You can get them for each site, so we bought that one. We each got one for each of our books, so we're excited to get that put together. Before getting back on the interstate, we decided to stop at the ranch store and feed the prairie dogs. Someone had recommended we do this, and we are so glad we listened. The ranch store is at the same exit as the visitor center, so it was super convenient to check out. The prairie dogs were everywhere, popping in and out of their burrows, squeaking, and running up close to us. It was such a unique and fun experience to watch them so close up. After visiting here, Braden decided that we need a pet prairie dog. What do you guys think? Should we add one to the family? Look at that one. Oh! Kind of scared me. Oh shoot, I just stepped in another hole. Pull me down there. Oh, look at that one running by the fence.
Wow.
Oh yeah, these are, and they're so tame.
Yeah, like heavy looking.
Those over there are still munching on.
I mean, these
Look at that guy. Sunbathing.
Look at the one there.
We were so sad to leave the prairie dogs behind, but it was time to move on to our next stop. The Minuteman missile silo site, known as Delta 09, was just down the road, about 15 minutes. So we were at the visitor center and we drove about 14 miles west to the actual missile site. We were under the impression it was all at the same spot, but it was not, but that didn't stop us from coming to see the missile. So just keep that in mind if you are ever out here and you're wanting to see both.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. We arrived at the missile site just before lunchtime, and it was pretty empty, which made the experience even better. The views from out there on the wide open prairie were absolutely beautiful, and it was so peaceful and quiet. Standing there, looking down into the silo, it was hard to imagine the history tied to this spot. It was definitely worth the stop. We finished checking out the silo and got back on the road. On our way out, we even spotted some cows walking right along the road, so of course we had to stop and say hi. By this point, we were getting pretty hungry, which worked out perfectly, because our next stop was the famous Wall Drug. If you've ever been anywhere near Wall, South Dakota, you know exactly what we're talking about, those billboards. We must have passed dozens of them on the drive, each one funnier or quirkier than the last. Reading them as we went along made the drive that much more entertaining.
So we got our room drink while we wait on our food, but we had to try the free water. Just water. It's good.
If I'm being honest, Wall Drug was a bit overwhelming at first. It was very crowded and we had no idea where to start or which direction to go in. Once we finished lunch, we made our way into the area with the small shops. We browsed through the bookstore and the leather shop first. Then we stopped in to see the Traveler's Chapel. It was small but so beautiful and peaceful. My favorite spot, though, was the little drugstore tucked inside Wall Drug. It felt like stepping back in time. For a little history, Wall Drug started back in 1931 when a small-town pharmacist opened a drugstore in Wall, South Dakota. At first, business was really slow, but then they came up with a simple idea: offer free ice water to travelers crossing the hot prairie. They put up signs along the highway, and soon people began pulling off to stop in. That tradition continues today. Wall Drug still offers free ice water to every visitor, along with 5-cent coffee, which has been a favorite ever since. It's one of those places you just have to see for yourself when traveling through South Dakota. After browsing through the shops inside, we decided to make our way outside for even more fun. The outdoor area at Wall Drug has plenty to see and do: photo ops, quirky displays, and those larger-than-life attractions that make this place so memorable.
Love a sweet treat.
You had to get on it.
You want to go on that?
Mm-hmm.
Here, take this. Am I left?
Yeah.
This seat's really hot.
Good. We eventually made our way into the back building where we browsed through a few more shops and then stumbled across the giant T-Rex at the very end. We heard that this dinosaur actually comes to life every 12 minutes or so, making some pretty scary noises. We didn't stick around long enough to hear him, but there were a lot of kids gathered around and they were super excited to see it.
Good.
Tastes good.
Yep.
I added cream and sugar to mine, so we'll see. It's good. I think it needs more cream. It's not got a lot of cream in it because it was really full, but it's good.
After enjoying our coffee, we made our way back to the car to get on the road again. We drove for about 50 more minutes before checking into our hotel for the week. Once we unloaded the car and got settled in, we decided to head into downtown Rapid City for a nice dinner. We chose to eat at Firehouse Brewing Company, a spot we'd heard so many people recommend. During our stay, we honestly didn't spend a whole lot of time in downtown Rapid City, but it was nice to explore a little bit that evening. One thing Rapid City is especially known for is its City of Presidents. All throughout downtown, there are life-sized bronze statues of past U.S. presidents. We didn't get a chance to walk around and see them this trip, but it's definitely something we'd love to check out next time. If you visited, let us know which statue was your favorite. And of course, tell us your favorite place to eat in Rapid City too. We're always looking for recommendations for our next visit. After dinner, we called it a night and headed back to the hotel. We wanted to be well rested for our big day at Badlands National Park tomorrow, and we also had plans to spend the evening exploring Deadwood. It was the perfect way to close out our first day in South Dakota and get ready for the adventures ahead. So we're on our way to dinner, but on our way, right across from the hotel we're staying in, is something that you have to see if you're in Rapid City. So we're going to get out and show you, and I think you will like it. When we arrived in Deadwood, our first stop was Legends Steakhouse. We headed straight in to put our name on the list since we'd heard it's a popular spot and fills up fast. The wait was about 2 hours, which definitely had us feeling hungry, but it actually worked out well because it gave us plenty of time to wander through downtown and do some shopping while we waited.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, you
Plus, you get premium benefits and a collection of luxury hotels, a capital lounge.
Everyone was out and about, which made for a fun atmosphere as we wandered through Deadwood's many old-time storefronts, each filled with character and curiosities. Eventually, our steps carried us to the Deadwood Soda Saloon, With its vintage charm and the promise of handcrafted flavors, we couldn't resist stepping inside to sample their famous root beer.
Alright, so this one right here is going to be our classic root beer. And like I said, these are all homemade. We use sugar and honey to sweeten them instead of corn syrup. So they're going to be all natural.
It's good.
And I'm going to have a total of 3 for y'all to try. The second one right here is going to be called Birch. This one right here is going to be different because it's made from the bark and sap, not actually directly from the root. So it's going to be a little mintier. And if you guys ever had root beer barrel candies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's going to taste like right there.
That's really good.
You guys taste it, not as sweet as the first. And then last but definitely not least right here, we got sarsaparilla. And this one's going to model old-fashioned root beer. So it's going to have a bit of a licorice kind of taste to it.
I like that.
But yeah, that one's more for, you know, a certain type of...
Yeah. So I got the birch root beer.
That was the second one we tried.
The second one. It came in like a little bitty bottle that you can get for extra. So
It's really pretty. Deadwood soda saloon. And then we got this little bag too to carry it. Okay, so I went with the same bottle and bag, but I did the just like original root beer. That was probably my favorite, and I'm normally not a root beer fan, but it was really good. We still had some time to kill, so we decided to watch the gunfight out in the street. It's a live reenactment where actors in period clothing bring the Wild West to life, complete with outlaws, lawmen, and plenty of dramatic shootouts. One of the highlights is the story of Wild Bill Hickok, who was famously shot while playing poker in Deadwood back in 1876. The show captures that rough and tumble past, turning the main street into a stage and making you feel like you've stepped straight into history.
6 o'clock, right here! Goodbye! Here we go. I'll go get some more.
Well, howdy, folks. Howdy. Well, that was pretty good. They must have been in the show earlier. They know what to do. Well, we are Deadwood Live. We bring history live right here on the streets of Deadwood 15 times a day, 6 days a week, all so long. And we're tired. We finished off each of those days with a trial of Jeff McCall right down there at that Eagle Bar Theater. You can see that Eagle Bar sign right there. Well, my name is Con Stapleton, and I'm the first and only town marshal of Deadwood. And I realize that I don't have enough deputies, so I'm going to recruit some of you folks to help me out. How's that sound? Yeah! All right, let's get all the kids out here. Come on out, kids. Well, I'm talking about feeling safer, folks. I got a big favor to ask of everybody, and that is that you please stay on the sidewalks. You can sit on the curb, that's just fine. Then please do not step off of that curb. Definitely don't get out onto the bricks. And also,
Well, dummy, what do you say we down on some of this trail dust and head on inside for a time or two of that whiskey, huh? What do you say? Yeah.
Hey, well.
Wait!
What?
Wait a minute! That can't be what I think it is! Jehoshaphat! It's Webb and it's Dave Robert! Boys!
Well, hey.
hold it right there, Webb, and take it in.
Want to shoot me in the back? Go right ahead.
I never shot a man in the back before. I have in the leg. Ah! Sit right there. I heard about the shooting. Don't know what's going on. Oh, my gun's all jammed up here, deputy. That's Prescott Webb there. Get your pistol out. Oh. You hold it right there, boy. I'm the law. You ain't got no chance.
I got the devil on my side, boy.
You had to
The gunfight show was so much fun and truly a must-see if you're visiting Deadwood. We slowly made our way back to Legend Steakhouse, sipping on our fresh root beer as we walked. After being seated, we enjoyed a delicious dinner before calling it a night and heading back to our hotel. Don't forget to check out our other videos from our South Dakota trip, including Mount Rushmore, the Badlands, and Wind Cave. And stay tuned, another one is coming soon from Custer State Park. All of these will be linked at the end of this video.
Look. It was a GoPro.
They're like, go sit over there.
We didn't make it to Crazy Horse during our South Dakota trip. Have you been there? We'd love to hear what you thought of it. On the 4th of July, we stopped in at Black Hills Burger and Pizza Company for lunch, and honestly, the burgers were out of this world. Juicy, flavorful, and perfectly cooked. If you're a pizza lover, they've got plenty of creative options too, so it's a spot that really has something for everyone. For dinner that evening, we decided to keep it a little more casual and tried out Black Hills Bagels. This place was such a pleasant surprise. Fresh, chewy bagels with all kinds of spreads and sandwich options. You really can't go wrong. South Dakota definitely has more than just stunning views. It's also a great place to find unique, local eats that add to the whole travel experience. So we're waiting on our order, and the bagel place did not have mayo. So I ran next door to Subway and they gave me some for free, so that was very nice.
Back on the
Braden got a plain bagel, and what does it have on it?
sausage, cheese, peppers, and onions, and egg.
And then I got, it's like a lunch one. It's a plain bagel, and it has cheese, turkey, ham, and bacon. And then you can add like tomato or whatever you want on it, and it came with chips, so. Thank you so much for coming along with us to a few of our favorite South Dakota stops. We can't wait to wrap up this series with Custer State Park, so keep an eye out for that one, along with a couple of bonus videos we might slip in. Until next time, friends, we'll see you very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the big adventures we've got coming up.
I happen to lag